What's up and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to review two of my favorite earbuds out there, and these are the Denon Perl Pros and the Bowers Wilkins PI8. Now I want to start off with the design and looks of it. Let me show you the Denon Perl Pro. You have this case. It's made all out of plastic. It's a very straightforward case, I'd say. When you open them up, this is how it looks like. It looks quite good. And this is the inside of them. So if you look at from only the outside, they look huge, but actually inside they're not so big, as you can see. The wingtip helps to keep them in place, and overall they're really comfortable and they don't feel too big to me. Now let me put them in the ear and show you how they look like. This is from the front, and the side view, it's like that. They fit very snug in my ear and they're really stable. I've trained with them a few times, many times in fact, and I never had an issue. In fact, these are my go-to to the gym because of the bass, which we will get to later. In the Bowers & Wilkins, very chic, beautiful product, looks like a fashion item. If I open them, you can see the earbuds, really beautiful. One of the most pretty earbuds I've ever seen. This is how the earbud looks like. It has this bit of plastic here that is a little bit, yeah, you can't see it, and with the Bowers & Wilkins logo and the golden rim here with the net of the speakers. It's a very different style compared to the Denon Perl Pro, and this is how it looks in my ear. Front, side. If you ask me, the Bowers & Wilkins look much better. Both of them are made from plastic. I would say the Bowers & Wilkins feel a little bit more expensive and luxury compared to the Denon Perl Pro, which feels a bit more mediocre to me. When the Bowers & Wilkins, when I touch them, I know that I have a luxury product. And with the Denon Perl Pro, if you wouldn't know what they are, you would not think that. One last time. Beautiful. Okay. In terms of the case, so look, I love when the earbuds can stand. And the Denon Perl Pro do that, and the Bowers & Wilkins don't. They actually are just laying down all the time. I don't like that too much. It basically assures that the case is gonna get scratched. Yeah, and it's for me, it disturbs me when the earbuds don't stand. That's just my thing. But in terms of portability, I will give the win to the Bowers & Wilkins because they're significantly thinner. The Denon Perl Pro, putting it in the pocket, you feel that, like a box of cigarette. The Bowers & Wilkins, more smooth, maybe also because they're more round, it feels more nice against the skin. Even though they're a bit taller, they're less thick. And yeah, the Denon Perl Pro is quite long. So in terms of portability, the Bowers & Wilkins take the win here easily. In terms of ANC, it's difficult to say. I'll be honest with y'all. They both do a good enough job. That's what I can tell you guys. I've been listening to them with the music on, walking in the street, and where I walk in the Netherlands, so it's a walking path, but sometimes cars come. I can't hear them. I don't, with any of them. Now, if there was no music playing, I don't know which one would have been better. Also, the Denon Perl Pro I use with the Comply foam tips that might make a difference compared to the Bowers & Wilkins. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, these blue tips, they're not originally with the Bowers & Wilkins. These are from the Technique set I have. They just fit me better. So it doesn't look so great, but it fits me better. But just so you know, it doesn't usually look like that. So ANC, both, I would say equal. Both are great, good enough, certainly. In terms of fit, the Bowers & Wilkins are more comfortable in the ear for a longer time, and the Denon Perl Pro are a bit more secure. I feel like if I go on a run, maybe the Bowers and Wilkins at some point with the sweat and everything might start to fall out. The Denon Perl Pro are not gonna go anywhere. With this wingtip, they're staying there. So that depends on you, on your use. But driving the bicycle with the Bowers and Wilkins, no problem. They never really fell out of my ear, so I'm only speculating here, if I'm honest with y'all. In terms of transparency, it's not my thing. I never used, like if I need to talk to someone, I'm just taking my earbuds out. I feel like it's more respectful, but that's my thing. You do you. So I can't tell you about the transparency. I haven't even checked it. It's not my thing. In terms of battery life, both are great. I have no problems listening to both of them hours on end. I don't have the exact numbers for you. I know when I listen to something and the battery life is being annoying for me because it's too short, then I know that something's not good, and then I can talk about it. But they both, I just didn't have a situation where I listened to them and I was like, oh, the battery is over. So both passed the test for me in terms of battery life. Now let's get to the juicy part, which is the sound. So look, my phone doesn't support aptX lossless, so I know that the Denon Perl Pro has that, but they both are on aptX adaptive with my phone. It's a difficult segment. Okay. Out of the box, the Bowers and Wilkins are better. Now, well, the profile of the Bowers and Wilkins, you need to understand, is a bright, warm tone, vocalists and instruments up front, bass is there but not as pronounced, very accurate sounding overall. Really beautiful earbud. The Denon Perl Pro is a bit more immersive. It has a bass sort of slider in the app, which you can change, and that is very fun. I will get to that. But they have a bit of a different profiles. So the vocals and the instruments sound better on the Bowers and Wilkins, but the bass and the immersiveness is more pronounced with the Denon Perl Pro. That doesn't mean that the instruments and the vocals don't sound as good in the Denon Perl Pro. They're just different. That's all I can say. They're both fantastic. Now, the Denon Perl Pro has a sound personalization thing that they have in their app, which you have to do, honestly. And then you can play with the EQ and adjust the bass slider. Now, I'll tell you, after doing that, the Denon Perl Pro have so far been the best earbud I've listened to. I now got the Rex 5 from Noble. I'm doing testing, I'm comparing them to, but I can tell you that the Denon Perl Pro is a beast. Amazing earbud, beautiful clarity, beautiful bass, immersiveness, sound separation, volume, great fit, great ANC, great battery life. I can't recommend those enough, especially in the price that they are being sold right now, ridiculously cheap. I think like here in the Netherlands, you can get them for around 150 euros, and on sale they were 120. That's dirt cheap for what you get. It's the best, for me, the second best earbud I've listened to in my life. Now, so if I have to say which sound better, I will go with the Denon Perl Pro, because bass for me is something that's really important, and the immersiveness as well. It's not an easy decision. Look, they're both fantastic, and I can't really praise both of them enough. They're both killers in their field. Yet I would still go with the Denon Perl Pro from sound quality alone. For like everything else, if I cared about the design and the slick and the pocket, portability and everything, I would go with the Bowers and Wilkins. Not to mention that they have these cool feature, when you put it, the case becomes a transmitter. I bet that you know that, but you can basically transmit things that need like AUX cable sort of like in the flight, when you fly, you need to put in AUX. You can connect your case and then it transmits to your earbuds. That's a killer feature. You know, I love that. So not, but realistically, I never use it. I never used it once because I don't fly so much. Once in a while, but you know, it hasn't happened yet with those earbuds. So look, I don't want to drag it too long. I want to be straightforward with you guys. With my test, the Denon Perl Pro come on top. They're better than the Bowers and Wilkins in the sound section. And for me, that's the most important part. And it's not I'm not giving up a lot. For me, I don't care too much about the looks, about the case. You know, guys have big pockets. It's good, no problem. And the bass is just something I really, really care about. And the Bowers and Wilkins just they just miss on that a little bit for me. If the Bowers and Wilkins had a little bit more bass, not necessarily a lot more. It has bass. It's good bass. It's just missing just a little bit, and you can't equalize them to get like I couldn't. I tried. In many ways, I can't get them to be the bass to be pronounced without getting to distortion. Then it feels not nice. It sounds not good. If they had a little bit more bass, this might have been the best earbud out there. And I'm also like talking about the Rex 5, which I'm currently testing, but they do miss that. And the Denon Perl Pro does have it. So there's my review for you guys. Both of them are great. You can't sleep on any of them. I love them both. But I want to be honest with y'all. The Denon Perl Pro takes the win here. So keep in tune. I'm doing testing for the Noble Rex 5 at the moment, and I want to compare them to the Denon Perl Pro. I'm actually testing all of those in sync. I have the Technics AZ80s right here, and let me get them out, the Noble Rex 5. They're all here. And I want to compare them to each other and find which one really is the king of the hill in terms of sound quality. And I'll get back to you with that. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again.